Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is a topic of why entertainment is important for society, okay? So, when it comes to the topic of why entertainment is important for society, it simply comes down to the fact that entertainment, simply put it, no ifs, ands, or buts, is a good way to offer something that is a good distraction from reality. In other words, it's something that actually makes life actually interesting and not boring. And the reason why I say that, because entertainment tends to be something that's extremely overlooked when it comes to the main things that make up our society, whether it comes down to things like obviously the military, infrastructure, technology, and so on and so forth. It tends to be actually extremely overlooked and seen as something that's not even really that important. But I actually beg to differ, okay? Because when it comes to entertainment in general as a whole, the truth of the matter is entertainment, the purpose of entertainment, for that matter, no surprise, is to make things interesting, okay? And the truth of the matter is when it comes to entertainment, it just offers the ability for people to actually, you know, like um make their lives actually interesting, whether it could be TV shows and movies and so on and so forth that offer the ability to imagine new worlds that actually don't exist, or music, of course, definitely music, perfect example, that offers you ability to create your own worlds in your own head so you can not only escape reality when you're having a hard time, but even remember good memories and so on and so forth and all that type of stuff. That is the power entertainment has, okay? It's a very very, very important medium, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, in the modern world we live in, for that matter, especially since obviously the age of exploration with Europe, and just in general the fact that the world is not how it was a long time ago, specifically the fact that you know, because the fact that we have nuclear weapons, there's not as much of a need for war and all that type of stuff. The truth of the matter is people nowadays don't have anything to kind of distract themselves, okay? There's nothing to look forward to, or like or I should say look something to kind of imagine, making your life interesting, like some adventure and so on and so forth. And don't get me wrong, like obviously those things that happened in the past were negative, specifically, of course, no surprise, war. War is a very negative thing and should not happen. It's not a good thing and should not happen as much as possible. It's not positive. But at the same time, the thing that it at least offered for people is a distraction, okay, from reality, okay? But the truth of the matter is, when you live in the modern world, okay, which has its benefits, definitely has its benefits, it's a lot safer, it's not just safer, it's more comfortable, and so on and so forth, and it also as a whole is more convenient and etc., all that type of stuff. It has its benefits. The problem is that since it's so comfortable, as a result of that, it kind of makes it more likely that people are going to be more likely to kind of be kind of bored and kind of not have anything interesting going on for them in life, because the truth of the matter is, when it comes to this particular topic for that matter, okay, entertainment like movies and TV shows, and even anime and all that type of stuff, whatever you like to say, you get the point. And of course, music and other forms of media like video games, etc. It just makes life actually enjoyable because it just helps actually make our everyday lives that are actually very boring, repetitive, and tedious actually have something to look forward to, okay? And not just that, in the process of that, it also offers the ability for people to actually come up with ideas and think of things that they normally would have never thought of before. Just like when you're watching a sci-fi show, you watch actually something that is actually interesting for that matter, and not just that, it shows you technological ideas and stuff that you would have actually never thought of if you never thought of that. And of course, through that knowledge, you gain that influence, you actually come up with your own ideas that you normally would have never thought of, before, for that matter, okay? Like technological ideas or any other form of media, but specifically, of course, the sci-fi is the best example of that, because the truth of the matter is entertainment offers the ability for you to think about things that you never would have thought of. And that's the truth of the matter when it comes to entertainment. So to be put it bluntly and honesty, entertainment is definitely very important. And it definitely not only is important in that regard, it also just kind of prevents people from being troublemakers, okay? Because the truth of the matter is in this world, we have a lot of people who just kind of start problems. And the reason why they kind of start problems is because they're fucking bored, okay? Because as I was saying before about the modern world, okay? Um, we live in nowadays about like it being so comfortable and stuff. Not everybody in the world, specifically people, of course, who are not rich and famous, can really live life the way it is. And we're, as time is going on, we are starting to learn more and more about people. You know, people who not just exist, but people who live around us that we would have ever known. And we're starting to actually realize that sometimes even based on what part of the world you come from can massively influence your biology, you know, of course based on your genetics. And some groups of people literally just over 100 or even a few hundred years ago, their ancestors were straight up warriors, okay. And it's not just, of course, for non-white populations, it could even be for white populations, okay. And it's not just down to maybe being warriors, but maybe just based on family history and so on and so forth. People genetically are different, and not just, of course, different. Some people are just naturally predisposed to not like living in a world where things go well all the time, because then they get bored, okay, because they want some natural sense of adventure. Of course, it doesn't justify their actions if they kind of want to start shit for the sake of starting shit, for that matter. But of course, um, no surprise, Gen X does play a role in, of course, making it more likely they'll be tempted to want to do something. And the purpose of entertainment is that it prevents people from being more likely to kind of want something to happen, you know, and not just kind of wanting something to happen. It prevents them from trying to start something from happening. Because the truth of the matter is, some people in the world can't live life being bored, whether it's based on their family history or just who they are as people. Some people, when things are too perfect, you know, like perfect, and not perfect in like the dystopian way, but like structurally perfect, they're more likely to just kind of want something to happen and just start shit for no reason, you know, for that matter, okay. And I feel like with entertainment, it's not going to be the cure for people like that completely, but it makes it less likely we will have people like that who just start problems for the sake of it. So that's the truth of the matter. So entertainment is very important for society, which of course I have explained fully for this video why it's important. But also, now let's talk about what the purpose of the video is. Well, the purpose of the video is just simply, since my channel is the entertainment advice channel, I want to enlighten people to kind of realize how important entertainment is for society, you know, for that matter, because it plays a massive role in, of course, making the world actually, of course, you know, stabilized, for that matter, okay. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so obsessed with entertainment, because it plays a massive role in keeping our society safe and structured, for that matter, instead of people just kind of causing problems because they have nothing to distract them, you know, for that matter. So to sum up my point even further, you know, overall, that is what it is that I just want to educate people why entertainment is important for society, and we should take it seriously when it comes to it. It might not be as serious, of course, logically speaking, it's not as serious as like things like, you know, the military. Of course, another one could be, of course, medicine, you know, technology, and so on and so forth, you know, but it's definitely something that we should take seriously and protect to kind of help make sure our society stays in line, you know, and not just stays in line, but is functioning and prospering, for that matter, okay. That's the truth of the matter, because it plays a massive role in actually making life actually worth living, okay? Instead of just living life just to talk to people aimlessly and just hang around people and say, "Oh, I just live to be loved." Like, what the hell does that mean? And that's what I'm trying to get at here. There's more life than just saying, "I just want to be loved and accepted by people." There's much more left than that, and entertainment definitely helps fill in that void. So definitely, that's why entertainment is important and shouldn't be underestimated and seen as something that doesn't um need to exist, and it should be taken seriously for that matter. And that's the honest truth of the matter. And that's why we should put in effort to actually make sure we can, of course, make sure there's good quality entertainment to help make sure society stays afloat. And that's the truth of the matter. So anyway, this is my video. This is all I have to say for that matter. And simply put it, just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say, and simply put, I'm out. So bye.